Hello everyone. Good day. Welcome to this Sajjana Saangathya series from BEHF. Let us start this session with a meditation. My name is Shankar. I'm from Chennai, India. I'll be running this session. So first, let's prepare ourselves for meditation. We will be having a 15 minutes meditation. So kindly make yourself comfortable. Have some water. Sit in a comfortable position. Cross your legs. Clasp your hands. Ensure there is not much trouble from the external world in these 15 minutes of silence. If thought comes, do not engage with them. Just be a witness. Close your eyes. A gentle background music will be playing. Let us all meditate happily. And clasp your hands, place it on your eyes. Gently open your eyes. Make yourself comfortable. Have some water. Relax yourself. Let the calmness and peace that you gain through this meditation stay with you. Myself, Shankar from Chennai, India. So, as a second part of this session, we'll be having wisdom sharing on the topic of witness consciousness. Shall we start, my dear friends? So, this topic, witness consciousness, I would say is the heart of spirituality. A lot of higher masters through centuries have written and spoken about this witness conscious term. It includes Buddha, Adi Shankaracharya, Osho, and even Patanjali have vastly written about this witness consciousness. So today I will be looking at witness consciousness from two different planes of existence. One, what is witness consciousness when we are mindful during the times when we are not meditating in our day-to-day life? And second part, what is witness consciousness when we are in meditation? So, before we dwell into both the topics, a brief description about what is witness consciousness. So, witness consciousness, as the direct word implies, being an observer and looking at all the events that is happening around you without interfering nor letting that incidents affect you as well. So, your frame of reference is not going to be changed by the happenings around you. So when we are mindful in our day-to-day life, when we are in the marketplace or with the family, friends, or doing our work, it is advised that all spiritual masters go through life and all it's happening from a witness point of view. We should be able to look at our own life from an observer point of view. So why do we have to do that? What is the necessity behind it? In order to understand this, let us go back to centuries where a famous prince called Siddhartha Gautama, who had all the riches in the world. He had the kingdom, all the servants, and everything was at his hand's reach. But despite having everything and all the luxuries around him, one thing he couldn't get past, that is how to get protected from old age, how to protect ourselves from the suffering that is happening to humans. Even with all the kingdoms and luxuries and all the help he had, there is no guarantee that he will not suffer in the future. So, in order to free himself from suffering and old age and all those sickness, he took solitude, gave up all his kingdom, and he went on to become Buddha. So Buddha, in his primary teachings, talks about witness consciousness should be the the day-to-day affair that anybody who is into spiritual life seeking enlightenment should follow. Why he says is, once we are into witness conscious mode, the distance between the happenings that is running in our life and our response to it increases gradually once we start looking it from a witness point of view. Once this distance increases, naturally our consciousness expands. This is what Buddha's teaching. And once our consciousness expands, we will be having greater control over our mind and the thoughts that come in the mind. So slowly, through years, once we practice this, we will have greater control over our mind and all those thoughts coming in it. So this will gradually lead us to enlightenment and being part with the oneness. So secondly, this world is going to run whether we are a part of it or we are not. So we are all here, we are on the stage to play our roles. So we should always be looking at our life from this point of view that we have taken this birth, which is like going on a stage and we are playing our roles. Once the role ends, we have to leave the stage. As a soul plan, we are doing this life. So once we are clear about this witness consciousness naturally comes into our life. And Patanjali also speaks about it from a more deeper point of view, where he says there is something behind the stage, behind all your thoughts, all your egos, all that comes in your mind when you sit for meditation or when you go through life. That is called pure awareness, where there is no thought, nothing. And once you start connecting with that, you will become part with oneness. This is what Patanjali Master says about witness consciousness. So let us move to what is witness consciousness when we are meditating. So when we sit down for meditation, there is someone called meditator, that is you when you're meditating, and you will be meditating upon something. So witness consciousness happens when both the meditator and that which has been meditated upon completely subsides and disappears. So there's only meditation happening. There is no mind, no ego, nothing. You can even say that is a kind of a samadhi state where you completely forget who you are. I can narrate a story that I read from Osho's book. In one of his lectures, he has quoted the story, a very interesting one. In a Chinese monastery, it's a very big monastery, some centuries back, and almost 400 to 500 monks were there. They were all following Buddhism, and they were all there to get enlightened by making their ego zero and cut off all their thoughts and reach enlightenment through complete being, being a monk. So in that monastery, one day suddenly someone runs into the monastery from the marketplace, says he's fed up of the world and all this happening, and he can't go back to those people and can't handle them. He wanted to be a monk. He just wanted to be a monk. He doesn't want to go back to the marketplace. And the head of the monastery, let's call him the master monk, looks at him and he immediately understands he doesn't know anything about spirituality, but still the person had something in him that he wanted to taste spirituality. So he says, okay, I will accept you, but for now, your task will be to clean the rice in the kitchen. Later on, we'll decide what we can do with you. So that guy was very happy since he has gone into the monastery. He felt like he has reached the place that he always wanted in his life. So he was happily washing the rice, thinking some, at least in a few days, he'll be called back and given some other task to learn or something. But years passed away, many, many years. And there comes a day when the master monk has realized the time for his departure has come and he was looking for his successor. So there were so many learned scholarly monks among them, and everyone were feeling like they will be handpicked by the master monk since they are perfect at everything. But the master monk had one final test before he can pass on the responsibility of running the monastery to the next person. He says, okay, you have been here for almost more than a decade. You have been completely into practice of mindfulness, meditation, everything. I want whoever feels they are capable of running this monastery needs to come and write in my hut, the place where I sleep in the night, like what have you learned about truth and why do you deserve to be the master monk? So that was a task given to all the monks there. Despite the monks having so much knowledge, they realize they don't have actually the real experience of what is the truth and what is actually the enlightenment that the master is expecting from them. And they also don't want to lie by just writing something and putting their name because a master monk obviously will be able to find it. So, what some of the scholarly monks did, they presented the best answer on the wall each day, but without writing their name. So the master monks every day, every morning he comes out and he looks at the wall, he reads it and calls it stupid, absurd, dismiss. For several weeks, this has been going on. But the master monk was never convinced with any of the answers. None of them were able to give a proper answer like what is truth, what have they learned about being a spiritual seeker. So what this master monk did is he went around randomly asked monks like, "What is the truth? What have you learned after so many years in this life?" But none of them gave a convincing answer. So this master monk goes to the kitchen. He sees this guy who has come from the marketplace and has been in the kitchen for several years. And he calls, "Oh yeah, you're the guy who came from the marketplace, right? Ah, what's your name again?" he asked. But the guy who was washing the rice for several years, to everybody's surprise, he has forgotten what his name is. And because nobody called him and there was no use of calling his name in that place, all he did is was wake up in the morning, wash the rice. Since there were 400 to 500 monks, There was not much time for him to think about anything else. And he said, Master, I completely forgot my name, and I even forgot what the purpose of my visit to your monastery. All I know now is something is happening through me. The rice is getting cleaned, and I'm just being a witness here. But I'm happy there is no thoughts going on in my mind from dawn to dusk. There's complete peace in me. I don't think about anything. Whatever happens is happening through me. The master monk looks at him and says, I think you're the only person who got enlightened out of all those 400, 500 monks sitting in my monastery. And this guy is like shocked. What enlightened? I don't even know what is meditation. I haven't even got the opportunity to even hear what these masters read or discuss. I know nothing. All I know is I'm at peace doing whatever is given to me without any judgment or thoughts. And the master monk says, yes, that's what is expected. You just have to be a witness to everything, and there should be zero ego, there should be zero mind, and somehow you have achieved it. So that is what witness consciousness is. When we are completely away from our mind, when we don't have any ego. But this state is something which we have already experienced when we came to this planet Earth as a baby. We were in that state, that complete innocence, and where we look at things without any judgment, without any language. So that is why even Jesus Christ says, only a child can enter the kingdom of God. So that kingdom of God is nothing but the enlightened state. And to enter into that, we all had to be in a witness consciousness state, because this state is something very unique, because all our identities are completely lost when we reach this state. We can't even say, I am going to enter into witness consciousness state. This state just happens once we create the atmosphere for it to build. But it won't be us doing it. Because once we start thinking it is me who is doing it, there is mind at play. So this is something that naturally happens once we create the environment for it. Creating the environment in the sense like we sit for meditation. Yeah, everyone gets thoughts and distractions. We wait for all those thoughts and distractions to move away, either by extending our meditation or by doing it regularly. We'll reach a point where the thoughts naturally subside, and when we are able to enter into no thought state. So once we reach at the no thought point, there is a breakthrough point. That's what we call, where you'll be able to witness the meditation without any thoughts happening, without any actions going through your body. Nothing. It'll be just pure silence, yourself. You'll be witnessing. It's not a sleep state. And that is when you become connected with the higher worlds or higher consciousness. And once you start touching that point regularly, our life becomes celebration. So that's what Osho says, like the more you become a witness conscious person, the more you'll start celebrating life. So it's not like you'll be completely away from yourself. You'll whatever you're doing, you'll be doing with much more clarity and happiness than the person who is not a witness conscious person but is full of josh and life. So we'll be able to enjoy life much more better way once we start living our life through witness consciousness mode. So I've covered as much as possible in the short time. And if you have any questions, kindly you can ask me. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Master.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent presentation, and we'll open the forum for question and answers. Masters, if you have any questions, please raise your hand. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm requesting to unmute Poonam. Yes, you can unmute and speak, Poonam ji.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I don't have any questions, but it was a really nice information about witness consciousness, and it is going to be helpful in this my own soul evolution journey. So, thanks to you, S. Shankar. It was a really nice information. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I will ask Deepa Joshi ma'am to unmute.
It was a nice presentation, and the story is very favorite for me. I heard that from Osho lecture. It's a
Yeah.
nice one.
Yes.
My question is that during the meditation, I can be in witness mode only for a few seconds. But so how I can increase that state? So again, thoughts come. So cutting the thought, there's some, but the time is very less, few seconds only.
Yes, it's a few seconds even for long time masters as well. But through practice and continuous mindfulness, when you're not meditating, we will be able to, prolong that few minutes we get of no thoughtlessness state. But as it's only comes through practice. There's no shortcut or technique like how to avoid it. It's just that we need to do a lot more sadhana, meditation, and learn to, a mind is like that. It always tries to, grab our attention. This witness state is where the mind is completely zero. It's kind of dead. Some masters have precisely mentioned this is a state where mind is dead. So our mind doesn't like to be dead. It likes to, keep us, dependent on it. The mind plays tricks like saying, okay, you need me. But once we understand that, once through witness consciousness state, when we reach to the higher levels, mind will be at our control. So we are not dependent on the mind once we reach that kind of a state. So we should be able to, get rid of the mind, say, this is not the state I want. I want to go deeper. Mind, please don't disturb me. You have to interact with the mind and calm it down slowly. It happens, but there will be improvement every day. But there will be a day where you'll completely reach that point, and from there is no turning back. After you reach that point, every day you'll be able to go back to that same point as your starting point. So meditate more, like Sir says. Yeah.
How much more than 1 hour to go?
That's what
And
that's
we have
yeah.
limited time. So I thought any that tools, any other tools, but I got it.
I checked, but all masters are saying there is no technique. You have to meditate. That's the technique.
And for mindfulness, how we can increase more mindfulness during the we do the activities.
Yeah, when we are into worldly activities, it is better we try to focus on what we are doing and be a witness to it. That just assume or start assuming like things are happening through you and you're not doing it. So after a point, you'll get used to that. Like things are happening through me. I'm just a tool, and higher people are making things happen through me, and the results are also not mine. It's somebody else's. I'm just a tool. So once you start doing things from this point of view, you'll realize that any task at your hand, you'll start focusing on it more than thinking about what's coming next or what happened previously. So through to increase mindfulness, that's the thing. You just have to see when we start thinking too much, or when we have some anxiety of what has happened or what's going to happen. That's where we'll have so many thoughts and we get distracted. We lose mindfulness. But when we assume it's happening through us and it's not us who is doing, when we create the distance, naturally mindfulness comes because you are at peace inside. You are like observing like a show. Oh, it's happening. Okay. Like when we watch a movie, whatever happens on the screen, we are enjoying our own snacks and things rather than getting affected by it so much. So the more distance you create from yourself, the more mindful you can become.
Got it. Thank you.
And thank you. I'll unmute Naushad.
Yes. Hi.
Hello, Naushad Master. Yes. Sorry, I'm not able to hear you. Can you unmute? I've given you permission.
Yes.
Yeah. Now
Can you
you're
hear
on.
me? Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Shankar sir. I think whatever you shared, you'll be able to apply, real life as well. Like it was helpful for me. My question is an add-on to Deepa ma'am's question also. It's like in calm state, the witnessing ourselves is possible, but when something goes, out of hand, something happens like surprisingly, it's difficult to do the witness consciousness. So is there like any tips that the masters gave regarding this, especially when the emotions are really high. Yeah.
Yes, see, everybody's life is going to have some challenges thrown at us. That's what even Gautama Buddha had to leave his kingdom and go, because he was very sure that even by being a prince, he can't get rid of all the suffering and you know, the sickness that comes through old age and all. So that's all part and parcel, even if you're born in a royal family or not. But what we can do is we can just, okay, something is happening and let me be a witness to it. You have to, break your ego and not take it personally. When we are taking it personally, it means we have ego at play. So when we take it from a distance, like, okay, it's happening to me. Okay, this I have come here for a soul lesson. It may be part of my soul plan also. Let me just see what best I can do with the situation given to me, rather than letting the emotions take the best out of me. It's not easy. Everyone will, fall trap to that reactive mode. But now and then, when we are aware that, okay, now this is the situation where I'm reacting. Next time, when the same thing happens, I should try to, not much not be more reactive to that. So slowly, day by day, it's a day by day, betterment or something. The transformation will happen definitely. The more you're aware that, okay, and more you're aware and also you're eager to get the transformation, it will gradually happen. So the bottom line is we need to be aware of it when you're responding, when you're reacting, when you're hurt by the surroundings. You should be aware of it, and next time you should, okay, realize, okay, this is my soul plan. I've come to learn lessons. Whatever happens, I'm just a witness to it. So that mindset will ease things. Not today, not tomorrow, maybe next day. Someday it will happen. So this transformation is bound to happen once you're in this path. Hope I answered your question, Master. Thank you. Thank you. Hari Priya, Master.
Can you hear me, Shankarji?
Yes, yes, Hari Priya.
Wonderful, wonderful speech. A lot of excellent wisdom that we got today. So you were talking about being in the witness conscious in two different situations. One is during meditation. One is out without meditation, right? In a non-meditative, normal day-to-day
Yeah.
life.
Mhm.
So can you add more points? How we can observe witness consciousness when we are not meditating?
So when you're not meditating, we should always be a watcher,
Okay.
like observer to whatever happens in your life.
Mm.
You don't take it like it's happening for you. That is a kind of, we have been trained and we have been conditioned to take everything. It's like it's happening for me, whether good or bad. We start using the word I. It happened for me, and I was thinking about that, and I went there, and I read this, all those things. But in order
Yeah.
to build witness consciousness, we need to break all those conditioning and start looking at yourself from a distance. Because this life, from a soul's point of view, it has come from the higher worlds to learn some lessons and go back to the higher worlds. This life is just a role, and once you start reiterating this to yourself now and then, you will also start enjoying your life. Osho clearly says the more you distance yourself and you keep your life happening from a distance, your participation ironically increases. Your life becomes a celebration. That's what Osho says, and his primary teachings have always been based on that. Let us celebrate life by keeping that witness mode in throughout the day and throughout our life. So we shouldn't be
So
affected neither by happiness nor by sadness or pain that is happening around us. Just be a witness, even if it's like the luckiest thing that has happened to you. You'll be a witness. Okay, it has happened for me. It is happening for me, and I'll be a witness to it, and I will not take it personally. And once we start making this a habit, we will be able to celebrate life no matter what.
excellent, excellent. So during meditation, this no thought stage is the witness conscious, right? So that I'm able to achieve. But in the non-meditative state, normal day-to-day life, as you said, keeping distance from myself, like whatever happens, I should not take it personally. That is where I have to work, and it is. I feel it is a little not little, much challenging.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
be able to respond. That's it. Of course,
So we have to work on it
we don't
more.
know what tomorrow is ready to hand it over to us. So
Uh,
we have to be open-minded for whatever happens. And yeah,
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Shankarji. Thank you so much.
thank you. Punita Master.
Yeah,
Yes,
am I audible, Shankar?
yes, Master. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, everyone. It's a beautiful presentation, Shankar. Sorry, I was driving and hearing it. I was rushing from one place to another place, but I know it is very bad to do, but the topic really a very interesting topic for me, so I don't want to miss it at any cost. Um, Actually, when you were telling, Osho is the best person to explain about the witness consciousness, because one of his book in Independent Mind, in that book, he has explained very beautifully how when you are not doing meditation, how to be in the witness consciousness. Like he started is asking us to be aware of what we are doing, every single thing in our daily day-to-day life. Like if you are driving means you just drive. If you are cooking means just cook. It is something simply like a mindfulness. So the mindfulness practice, the more you aware of what you are currently doing, that itself will take you to the higher level of consciousness, I think. And one more thing I just want to add on. Someone asked, I don't know who is that, like when you're in the intense pain, how to be in that witness consciousness? That was a beautiful, amazing question they asked, because this thing happened to me a few months back. Even I discussed this with Pradeep sir. Like when I was in an intense pain with someone who I was arguing with a family member, I automatically went into the witnessing mode. I immediately stopped talking. I stopped arguing with that person. And then I started going like I'm witnessing my own emotions in my body and the energy levels in my body. That was a beautiful experience I had. And that itself is a witness consciousness I felt. And one more point, the last point I want to add is during the silence retreat, many times I witnessed that witness consciousness. So I was totally within myself. That gave a large space for me to be in the witness consciousness. So, yeah, just thought of sharing my view of witness consciousness. That's it, Master. Yeah. So,
Thank you.
yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to express my viewpoints also. Thank you.
Your add-ons really add value to whatever we are discussing. Like,
Thank you, Master.
pain, it is kind of a challenge to be in a witness conscious mode. And glad you were able to do it and see the difference when you go through pain. Being in that witness conscious mode is definitely a challenge, even if you're meditating for a long time. But through that challenge, when we are able to, break our, attachment to the pain, we will be able to liberate ourselves. So thanks for sharing, Master, your experience in the ashram as well. Any more questions from anyone? So hope everyone enjoyed the session. Thank you, Pradeep sir and BEHF team and all my friends, TOT friends for taking part in this session. And this is going to be interesting ones in the coming days. I wish everyone joins as many sessions as possible because it's short and crisp and all interesting topics. So thank you so much for joining this and making this a great session.
Thank you,
Over.
Shankarji. Yeah, thank you so much, Shankarji. Excellent. And you answered all the questions beautifully. And thank you, all the participants, for a good debate. And it's true, now we are seeing more and more participants, for all the sessions. Very glad to see that. And Shankarji, congratulations, you have completed all the tasks for this batch. except one thing, retreat, signature retreat. So please plan for that. Okay, yeah. And thank you all again for joining the session. So tonight, 8 p.m., we'll have a group meditation and we'll join that. And next tomorrow, 4:30 a.m. again, Sajjana Saangathya. So thank you all. Have a nice day.
Thank you.